Today we're going to talk about SOGIE. Nalilito ka ba sa mga different genders? Nalilito ka ba sa mga different terms in the LGBTQIA+ community? Nalilito ka ba sa lahat in general? Well, I am here to enlighten your motherfucking mind. Be ready to be mind blown and educated at the same time. If this is being straight, this is me. Ew. Ew. I was just pushing straight away and curvaliciousness prevails. Normal workloads, you are expressing your SOGIE because you're a woman. You identify as a woman and you dress like a woman. Love. Bitch. And yeah, I hope you learned a lot of things and you enjoyed. Hi, I'm Queen Baby Love, and this is my story. This is my truth, and this is my struggles. Growing as a Filipino kid, suppressing my feelings, my true identity, it was hard. Growing in a Catholic family, going to Mass every Sunday, being bullied at school, being discriminated based on my gender, constantly worrying that if I moved my hips differently than the boys in my PE class, I would be considered as a disgrace. I would be considered as a shame in the family, that I would be bringing such indignity and dirt and shame into the family. Hi people, I'm going to address you as people because today I'm hoping that after this video you will recognize me as a gay individual and human at the same time. Because sometimes people mistaken the LGBTQIA+ community as an spiritual disease, as a mental disorder. But in truth, being gay is not a choice. Being gay is not our sexual reference or preference. Today we're going to talk about SOGIE bill and SOGIE itself to further understand the differences and the terms that you will be encountering when you are surrounded by the LGBTQIA+ community members like me. Have you heard of the word sex and gender? Sex and gender are completely different, but educated facilities and establishments such as schools, companies, and other industries use sex and gender interchangeably when it shouldn't be that way. Sex pertains to your biological organs or your sex organs. If you have a vagina, you are considered a woman, a girl, or a female. If you have a penis, you are considered to be a man, a boy, or male. Now, when we talk about gender, gender is what you believe you are. If you believe that you are a woman, but you're in the body of a male or of a man, then if your gender is asked, You are free to choose whatever you want to do or to be or to put in that form. Because gender and sex shouldn't be interchanged because just because sex sounds like sexual intercourse. And please, we should start normalizing using words such as sex, vagina, penis, breast. We should normalize saying those sexual terms because it's our human anatomy and that's what it's called. I'm not gonna call my penis. I don't know what to call my penis. Well, I'm not going to call your vagina a vajayjay because you prefer it that way. It should be called vagina for it is its scientific name and it is scientifically recognized as vagina. And we shouldn't lie about um we shouldn't lie about where do babies come from, why are babies made, I mean in what process are babies made, because we will know it. We are just avoiding the fact that we will be as dirty and unpure when we became adults. That's just it, because we are unpure and we are not flawless creatures. We humans make mistakes. We humans crave or have the urge to try new things sexually, romantically, and yes. Today we're going to talk about SOGIE. SOGIE stands for Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity and/or Expression. First, let's start in the SO and SOGIE, which stands for Sexual Orientation. Sexual orientation, I'm going to speak Tagalog now. Goodbye! Ang sexual orientation ay nababase sa iyong attraction or kung sinong kasarian ka na-attract o nagkakagusto sexually and romantically. For example, me, I'm sexually and romantically attracted to my same sex, to another man. I don't need no boy, I need the man. Bitch. I need a man, not a boy, because a boy is basic and a man has a plan. A boy is a toy, a boy is a toy, a man has a plan. Period. And going back, sexual orientation pertains to sexual and romantic patterns of attraction. So, for instance, I'm going to make an example. I am Betty. I am Betty. And Betty grew up in a Catholic family, liking dolls, liking dresses, feminine clothes, and when Becky was in college, she was attracted to boys. But then also in college, she became attracted to girls, both sexually and romantically. Now, what is Becky's gender? Becky can identify in her sexual orientation as bisexual. Going back to me, CJ is attracted to the same sex and is looking for a man with a plan. Therefore, CJ, or Queen Baby Love, or QBL, period, is a homosexual. And I'm going to call a straight man Michael, because I love Michael B. Jordan. He's so pretty. I love him. This is Michael. Michael is sexually and romantically attracted to his opposite sex, which is a woman. Now, what is Michael's sexual orientation? he is straight or heterosexual. Now, for example, my name is... What other names? What other names? My name is Bellatrix. Yes, Harry Potter. Bellatrix Lestrange. No, Bellatrix. For instance, my name is Bellatrix. I am a man, but I am attracted sexually and romantically to both, to all of the genders. Therefore, my sexual orientation is pansexual. Skirt! Have you understand what social orientation is? Uulitin ko, ang sexual orientation ay kung sino ang nagugustuhan mo. At kung sino ang nagugustuhan mo, yun ang magbabase or doon ka magbabatay ng inyong sexual na orientasyon. Kapag lalaki ka at ang gusto mo ay kapwa lalaki, ikaw ay homosexual. Kapag lalaki ka at ang gusto mo ay opposite sex o mga babae, ikaw ay heterosexual. Kapag ikaw ay lalaki at gusto mo ng dalawang at attracted ka sa dalawang kasarian, ikaw ay bisexual. At kapag ikaw ay lalaki at attracted ka sa lahat ng kasarian, you are pansexual. There are many other more sexualities and sexual orientations, but for me, those are the ones in common. Also, we will talk about intersex. Intersex is, for example, I was born an intersex man. That means I have both penis and vagina as my sexual organs. Yes, in medical instances, that really do happen, and medically, based from Grey's Anatomy, those intersex are also called as hermaphrodite because there was a tale in Greek mythology about hermaphrodite, and it is called... Intersex people can also be called as hermaphrodite because they have both male and female sexual organs, or a penis and a vagina in one individual. Ching! And asexual is when you are asexual, ha? Asexual. Asexual is when you are not sexually or romantically attracted to any gender at all. And moving on to the gender identity. Gender identity. That is the GI and SOGIE. So in gender identity, it's the belief of what you think you are. I may be born a man, but if I want to be identified as a woman, then that is my gender identity. If I were a lesbian, I was a female, and I want to be... I believe that I am a man, then my gender identity is a man. Get it? It's what you believe you are. So gender and sex shouldn't be interchanged in filling out forms, because if there was a gender section asking for my gender, I would say gay as fuck if I was the one being asked. And in sex, it's male or female. Okay? Remember that, bitch. And another example of gender identity is, for instance, gender identity. You are a straight man, but later on in life, you were attracted, you believed that you are straight, but you later on realized that you are not straight, that you want to be a woman, you want to be identified as a woman, you want to be recognized as a woman. And those instances do happen, and papasok siya sa gender identity, because gender identity is what you believe you are. If I want to be recognized as a woman, if I want um, pronouns to be used. If I want pronouns such as she and her, then that's how I want it. That is how I identify myself with. So that is gender identity. The last is gender expression. Expression is a big thing in the LGBTQIA plus community. Because in gender expression, you'll be expressing yourself. It's either masculine, feminine, androgynous, or any other else. For example, me, I'm gay and I want to express myself in a fashionable way as a woman because I consider men's clothes are boring. So when I express myself, I may wear heels, I may wear stilettos, I may wear a dress, I may wear this and that and this and those. And gender expression doesn't stop in the way we clothe ourselves or the way we dress. It also extends in our attitudes. If I want to act like a woman, then I'm gonna act like a woman because as a woman, I can freely express myself. You know, it's all about how to express yourself. Alangan naman magpanggap ako na, hi, this is what I consider boys to be because they are such big victims of toxic masculinity. They aren't allowed to share their feelings. They aren't allowed to move in a feminine way. So, see, if I were a straight man, in which I am not, duh. Yeah, I just think that I can't live as a straight individual because straight requires straightness and I'm curvilicious as fuck. If this is being straight, this is me. Ew. Ew. I was just pushing straight away and curviliciousness prevails. So that is gender expression. If I were a woman and I want to express myself, if I was a lesbian and I was biologically born with a vagina, but I identify myself as a man. Therefore, I'm going to dress like a man. I would act like a man. I would drive a car or a vehicle like a man owns or like a man does. So that's about SOGIE. Now, let's talk about the SOGIE bill. First of all, I want to say a big fuck you to all those straight heterosexual people who are so uneducated when it comes to the SOGIE bill. They started Twitter hashtags that became trending like the hashtag Adam and Eve and the hashtag no to SOGIE bill and hashtag no to bigot rights. First of all, read, educate yourself before you go typing into Twitter. Ding! Please educate yourself first because Twitter is a battlefield and if you don't want to die in Twitter, you should feed your mind first and ready your fingers when you type. Now, the SOGIE bill or the sexual orientation and gender identity and or expression equality bill it's for all because as my examples earlier, for example, I'm a straight man. I am a straight man. For example lang ha, I'm not straight. For example, I'm a straight man. My sexual orientation is heterosexual. My gender identity is a man. My gender expression is a man or masculine. One day I was walking down the street and I saw gay individuals catcalling me. if yes, that instances do happen, catcalling me, asking me for 150 pesos BJs, and that papasok sa SOGIE bill because you are freely expressing yourself in you're expressing yourself. You are heterosexual, that's your sexual orientation, gender identity man, and gender expression masculine, and those gay individuals were sexually harassing you, were catcalling you, were and you feel offended by their actions, then papasok siya sa SOGIE bill because those sexual harassments and assaults will be protected. You will be protected from them, from those sexual harassments and assaults and catcallings. For example, I am a woman. My sexual orientation is heterosexual, gender identity is a woman, and gender expression is feminine. One day I was walking in the LRT on my way to work, and since the MRT was crowded, I felt a man grabbed my feminine area, or my bottom, or my butt, and my breast, and you was wearing a work clothes, normal work clothes. You are expressing your SOGIE because you're a woman. You identify as a woman and you dress like a woman, and you felt a man touch your feminine area, your breasts, your vagina, your buttocks. You felt a man touched it. Since you are straight, papasok sa SOGIE bill because those assaults, those harassments will be penalized and criminalized and will be recognized by the police force. So, pwede kang magsampa ng kaso because you were sexually harassed and you were sexually assaulted by a man while you were expressing your SOGIE. For instance, me, I am homosexual, I identify as a woman, and I express myself in, I dress masculine and feminine at the same time. But one day, I was wearing something feminine. I was experimenting with my clothes. But then, Aling Susan was, while I was passing the street, may nakasalubong akong Aling Susan while I was walking in McDo. And Aling Susan, binato ko ni Aling Susan, nagbato ng Bible verse si Aling Susan, pupunta daw ka sa impyerno, sabi ni Aling Susan. Now that is counted as I will be protected from those those assaults, those harassments, those discriminative or discriminatory actions and words. I will be protected from them. For instance, I am a lesbian and I'm driving a Mio and I'm with my girlfriend, and a group of straight people were saying directly to me, they were asking my girlfriend out, that they're saying that they have a penis and that I do not have a penis because I am a lesbian man. And that can be counted because your girlfriend was sexually harassed and assaulted, and you were thrown discriminatory words. So that papasok siya sa SOGIE bill. See, even the straights, even the heterosexual are protected because the way we are sexually oriented, the gender we identify with, and the way we express ourselves, it is a big part of our lives. And sometimes when we use this tree, when we go by this tree and we express ourselves, we identify ourselves, we orient ourselves within these three categories, and sometimes we are discriminated or sexually assaulted and harassed by practicing our right to practice these three things, then we are protected under the SOGIE bill. And for instance, we're going to tackle a more different approach by using the SOGIE bill. And that approach is, for instance, me. I am a gay man. And I know, and the company knows that I'm applying to, know that I am fully capable of doing the job that I applied to do. But since I was the only gay individual who was strong enough to flaunt my heels and stilettos and to dress as a woman, I wasn't accepted, even though we all know, and the whole company knows, the whole board knows that I'm fully capable. They didn't accept me because of my gender. Papasok siya sa sa SOGIE bill because my rights were protected. Because I didn't go through college just to be discriminated by the companies that I am applying to. And when it comes to people saying that SOGIE bill should not be implemented because some people will use SOGIE bill. For example, I'm a straight man, I will act gay and go to a comfort room for women, and ang mission ko lang naman dun ay mangboso or manilip or magkaroon ng kilitiw. Now, the only solution I can propose to that action is give the LGBTQIA+ community their own bathroom to avoid discriminatory actions and sexual assaults and harassment towards us, and to avoid the heterosexual stupidious actions. Because hindi naman namin kasalanan na they were pretending to be us. But if we do have our own bathroom, if we do have our own set of comfort room, then we will just be going to our comfort room instead of the ladies. Because we identify ourselves as women. Of course, we're going to women because in the male cubicle or in the male comfort room, we are discriminated. We don't have the comfort to do our thing, to urinate comfortably because we are being discriminated in the male, discriminated in the female, and the male pretending to be us to get into the female. The only thing that is being blamed, or the group of individuals being blamed, or the LGBTQIA+ community. But in the first place, we deserve our own bathroom or comfort rooms in the first place. Right SM, right McDo, right Jollibee, right Nang Inasal, right? So, what the fuck? Give us our own bathroom comfort room, and if you don't, just label the bathrooms all gender. All genders are allowed. Yes, the straight man and straight woman could have sex there, but at least we have the freedom to have sex there, because syempre all gender nga naman. But I don't know, I haven't met someone that vulgar. But you know, at least we have the freedom. We felt accepted by the label all genders allowed. See, that is the SOGIE bill. That is SOGIE. sexual orientation, gender identity, and or expression. Sexual orientation, is who are you sexually and romantically attracted to. Gender is what you believe. Gender identity is what you believe you are, and gender expression is how you express yourself, either masculine, feminine, androgynous. And if when it comes to clothes and attitude, you can cross dress, you can act like a man or a woman. You have absolute freedom to practice your own SOGIE. And while practicing your SOGIE, the SOGIE bill ensures that you feel safe in an environment, and you can feel free and carefree from discriminatory acts against you, against us. And that's about it. This is a 30-minute video, and I hope your minds were enriched with such knowledge and education about SOGIE and SOGIE bill. The SOGIE bill should be implemented, for it was stuck in Congress and it wasn't approved because of the homophobic sectors or the homophobic people in the Senate. And there are many misconceptions that SOGIE bill covers same-sex marriage, SOGIE bill covers this and that and this and those, when in truth, it is not. SOGIE bill just wants us to feel safe. We are not excluding this. Hi people, the video was cut because it was 30 minutes. It was automatically cut, and I'm just going to say my outro. And I'm Queen Baby Love. Treat me like a queen, pamper me like a baby, and love me like there's no other love, bitch. And yeah, I hope you learned a lot of things and you enjoyed witnessing a masterpiece made by God. I'm pertaining to me, you bitch-ass bitches. And I hope you learned a lot and you were enlightened. But if you weren't, please feel free to comment below of the things that you are not clear about, or you didn't understand fully, and I will do everything in my power to reply to those questions. And thank you very much. Keep safe, stay at home, and let's vote wisely in the elections next 2022. Goodbye. I love, 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 love you all. Because wala akong jowa, wala akong pagbibigyan ng pagmamahal, kaya sa inyo ko na lang ibibigay. Thank you for the love and support. I promise that I will never abort this channel. This channel. Bye.